Hello everyone, good evening. As you will notice, I've been doing lives different times of the day this week. Hello, just in case I was cut off. So I'm trying an evening slot this time because I want to see if there will be more people available during this time of the day. So our topic today is Thursday, June 9, and it's currently I think 6 p.m. here in the Philippines. Good morning to you if you're in the UK. If you're in the Asia area, good evening to you also. So today we're going to talk about VA jobs in the digital and non-digital businesses. I'm going to give you examples of those and what skills you can offer just to show you that there is an opportunity both for digital and non-digital areas. The other thing that we'll talk about is getting used to being uncomfortable, because if you want to grow, if you want to make a positive change in your life, this is something that's very important. It is scary for a lot of people. That's why we're going to talk about it. And then the final one is addressing your VA career pain points. All right, so let's jump into it. So what are examples of the digital businesses and the non-digital businesses? So an example of the digital businesses are, for example, online courses, and then online retail, for example, those who sell on eBay, on Shopify, if they have clothes they sell online and things like that. Those are digital businesses because most of the operations are running online. You can also look at software providers, for example, YouTube, Google, Canva, Asana. These are all software, but there are also companies who need people behind them, so you can definitely look into that. Online marketing agencies, there are a lot of them, especially during the pandemic. You can also look at podcasters, bloggers, vloggers, and people who create content online. So those are just examples of online or digital businesses. An example of the non-digital businesses are the ones that we tap every day of our lives. You have the restaurants, you have the barbers, you have the photographers, you have the traders like plumbers, construction workers, painters. You can also include performing arts like people in the theater, or also furniture shops and things like that. So all the businesses that need a physical shop for them to function. I'm going now to talk about the skills that you can offer to either of these business models. So sky is the limit basically. The key is to reach out to the business owners and ask what their pain points are. So what areas in their business are hurting them? Where do they feel like they can create time for growth, like expand their business, have more customers, grow their lines? If only they can delegate things like admin stuff, things that are too technical for them and they don't have the bandwidth or the time to learn the skill, something that's too complicated or something that will demand too much of their time. So the key is to find out what their pain points are, and I'm sure that you will always find a gap that you can fill as a VA. I'm going to give you examples of what help you can provide people in different businesses. So the first one is online courses. You can help set up online courses. If you've taken an online course before, like the ones in Coursera, those things are done online. You log in, you watch the videos online, you take the quizzes online, you get the grades online, you talk to your classmates online, you engage with the community online, you talk to the professors online, you pay online. Everything is online. So online course businesses need support. So you can be the tech person, like you're the one who set up the content into the platforms like Kajabi, Kartra, Mighty Networks. There are so many choices, but what I suggest is, if you're not familiar with them, look up online learning platforms, or LMS, learning module systems. Pick one that you want to learn and to master, and then you can start to market that as your service. That will be your niche. Okay, if your niche is already tech VA, your sub niche is online platforms, and your sub niche is, for example, Kartra or Kajabi, right? How about you can also offer customer service, or even better, community management. This is what I do now for my client in the UK. I do both tech support and also community management. This is fantastic for those who have BPO background and who are amazing in dealing with customers. Let me just tell you that when you do online community management, you want to nurture the community. It's the best way to keep the people happy in the community is to make them feel like you really care for them, and you have to feel genuine about it. Like, how do I make them feel that I care for them? You use words. Sometimes you can use emoticons, but you have to, you have to give the message across that you really care for them. Hey, how are you? These are just ways for you to make the customers feel like you're not just a computer or a bot that's giving them templates, or what do you call this, ready-made replies, but you really look into their needs, and you're really looking into how you can help them. All right, you put yourself in their shoes. So that's another one. You can do tech, you can do community management, or specifically customer service. You can do, respond to chats, or talk to people on the phone, or send them emails. Another one is you can work with online marketing agencies. If you're someone who's good with social media, creating posters on Canva, if you think you're very good in scheduling content, strategizing content that will, walk the prospective client into a journey so that in the end they will buy and buy and buy and buy and then promote, then that's one thing that you can do. If you have marketing experience offline, then you can apply it here. You just need to research how you can apply it into the digital space. All right, now let's go into the non-digital. All right, so in non-digital, my examples so far are the farm industry and NGO, leadership coaches. Those are my clients so far, and trainers. So in the farm industry, I'm just going to share with you, most of the time we overlook the farm industry, okay? But they are actually a very reliable industry, because you know what, in the midst of the pandemic, in 2020 and 2021, when companies were laying off people, the critical industries like farm and health were hiring more people. And in fact, in the mushroom farm that I was working with, we had a shortage of people on the farm. But in terms of VA, I was not laid off. Even if I'm just a VA, I was not laid off. I was maintained. And then when things were easing out, my role was changed, and it's become better for me. Right. So farms are a multi-million-dollar industry, especially in Australia, in first world countries. Okay, so because they really invest in machinery and technology, so those are areas that you should look into. A lot of them actually have not heard of virtual assistants, so there's a big market for farm industries, and I encourage you to look into that. Go to Google, look up a certain country, zero in on a certain industry. Like, for example, do you want to work with a potato farmer, or do you want to work with an orchard? Okay, so you just have to be prepared to sell yourself and let them know what the benefits are of working with a virtual assistant. They don't need to have an office set up, they don't need to take care of your benefits and things like that. Okay, so the farm industry has a big market for virtual assistants, just saying. Another thing that you can do for them is event management, onboarding, resource. They're always looking for new people, especially in Australia and in the UK. They actually have seasonal workers, because Australians and Brits, they don't really like working at the farm. So the farm owners have to outsource workers, and that's where you can help. You can help them find workers or onboard them, and you can provide HR support that way. The other thing that you can do for farm owners or executives is provide EA or PA support, executive assistant or personal assistant support. And then you can also help with logistics if that's something that you're good at, coordinating deliveries, orders, yeah, things like that, purchases. You can also do research for them. For example, they're looking for an alternative for a material that they use at the farm, because the one that they used to get is already expensive because it's overseas, and the shipping cost has increased due to the pandemic. So that's just one thing that you can help them with. Also, you can help them with recording minutes. Okay, so that's just the farm industry. There are many other industries that you can tap into: automobile, what else? Food industry, childcare industry, school. So sky's the limit. Just think of an industry that you think you would want to work in. Another area that I have experience with as a VA are NGOs, and most of the time they need help with executive assistants. Okay, because NGOs, they always have to be coordinating with sponsors, with volunteers, with government offices for compliances. So you can be an executive assistant. If you don't know how to do that, look it up. You can help with event planning because they always have events to promote charity work or programs. Then you can help with soliciting sponsorships and coordinating that. You can also help with logistics and also tech in case they offer events all the time. Yeah. So the other thing, I've given you so far NGOs and farm industry. The other sector that I've worked in and currently work with are leadership coaches and consultants. So these people are super duper busy. There are so many areas in their life that you can help with. You can help with admin stuff, making presentations, scheduling meetings, looking for leads, what do you call that? Setting up Zoom calls. Yeah, so those things. And then with brick and mortar businesses like traders, we call them traders in the UK and Australia, but these are the plumbers, the painters. Usually these are entrepreneurs, but they're not very happy to be doing admin work like making phone calls, following up with customers, or is this booking confirmed, and things like that. So that's one area that you can help with. You can look into a construction, you can look into car sales, real estate businesses, dance studios. Yeah, just some of the examples. So I suggest that if you've worked in certain industries, look into them and see what opportunities there are for virtual assistants. So what I'd like to share with you now is getting used to being uncomfortable, because if you are here to try to do virtual assistant work and be a virtual assistant and turn it into your career, you will need to have to make adjustments. You need to go out of your comfort zone. The first thing really is tech. Now, a lot of people say, oh, tech is so difficult. I'm scared of it. I'm afraid of it. Guess what? Everyone starts there. And all the VAs start there. And yet, a few months later, because they did what they needed to do, even if it was uncomfortable for them, even if it was awkward, they were able to succeed and create a career. They were able to multiply their income. They were able to put a down payment for their house when they used to rent, or move into a better place, or they were able to fund the education of their kid or the extracurriculars of their kid, change their lifestyle. So you just have to think about the end in mind. What do you want, and what are you willing to do to achieve that? Okay, so I'm going to leave you with word of wisdom from Brian Tracy. He's a world-renowned leadership coach and expert. He said, move out of your comfort zone. You can only grow if you are willing to feel awkward and uncomfortable when you try something new. Okay? I'll repeat that. Move out of your comfort zone. You can only grow if you are willing to feel awkward and uncomfortable when you try something new. Let that sink in. tonight, while you're cooking, while you're having dinner, before you go to sleep, think about that. The key to growth is trying something new. And something new can always be scary. There's a part of your brain telling you, that's too hard. Let's not go into that. Let's just be here in our happy space. Well, you'll be in your happy space, but don't expect anything to change for the better. Okay? So that's that. So what does it take for you to achieve your VA goals? Okay? Whether it's setting up your business, opening it to clients, adding more billable hours, or getting the skills and tech that you need, identify what your pain points are. For example, you know that, okay, I'm earning this much, but I want to earn more. Or I now have 2 clients, but I think I can add 3 more. Or I want to shift into this industry, into this niche. Okay, so one thing you need to do is identify what your pain points are. List them down. What do you want to change? Okay, what do you want to see improvement? Where do you want to see improvement? And then identify the people who can support you to make that happen. To me, the challenge has always been time. Ever since I had a baby, the challenge has always been time. And the other challenge was because I have a toddler, I need someone to watch over her. And my husband is, he is very paranoid about safety of our family, the security. So even if I've looked into so many, maid agencies, I've looked through, I've filtered them, I've shown it to him and said, it's not safe. How do we know it's safe? How do we know our family is going to be safe with that person in our home? So guess what? I had to wait 2.5 years before we finally got a helper at home. And I'm so glad that we waited because we're very, very happy with her. She clicks with our toddler. She's very playful. She's very responsible. And so I'm now able to do this now. Be able to go live, create content for you guys and help you out. I'm able to put in more time for my client and increase my hours. I'm able to find more clients for my agency because now I have time. I have someone that I can trust my toddler to. Okay, so identify who that is for you. If it's a person who you need support from. Is it your kids? Do you need them to support you with your working hours? Next, is it money? Do you need to raise more money? So what areas in your current expenditures do you need to save on costs? Do you need to cut down on electricity costs, the internet? What is it? The gasoline? So identify what you need to cut costs on so that you can save money. Maybe it's technology, you need to buy a laptop, maybe you need to buy a better machine, maybe you need to upgrade your internet connection, or maybe you need to soundproof the room where you make your phone calls for your clients. So how much would that cost and how can you find money to afford that? You need to sell stuff that you no longer use. Okay, be creative. And then finally, is it skills? Do you want to shift into a new niche or upgrade your skills so you can charge higher rates? So identify what those skills are. Do you want to become an executive assistant and work for a corporate executive so that you have higher fees or so that your work is more recognized, so you are in a leadership role, so you have a better exposure into the corporate world? Is it that? Or do you want to go, for example, into supporting leadership consultants? Or do you want to go into the event management field? So look into what trainings and content you can consume to gain the skills that you need. All right, so whatever it is, set a goal for yourself. Sometimes, remember, you cannot do it 100% every day. So for example, you say, okay, every day I'm going to dedicate 90 minutes for learning a new skill. Sometimes life happens and you cannot do that. So it's okay if you just do a little bit, even if it's just 50% of it or 20% of it is okay. All right, as long as you don't stop. It's better if you quit when you realize that when you've completed for example, the training. You've completed the training and you decided, this is not what I want. Then you quit. But don't quit even before you complete your goal. Okay? I hope that you gained something from this. Before I go, let me see if anyone is online or if anyone sent any message. If you have any question, please just give me leave it in the comment and I will answer as quickly as I can. All right. I'm going to leave the quote from Brian Tracy. I'm going to put it in the post so that you can come back to it. You can print it or make it a screensaver of your computer so that it reminds you that you have to move out of your comfort zone if you want to create change in your life. All right. So I hope you all have a good evening and that you picked up something from this live. I'll come back tomorrow for another live, and I'll see you, I think, in the evening tomorrow, Friday evening. Okay, see you then, and have a good night.